This is Serpentine51 here with some of my good friends from YouTubers 3. And I decided we're going to do a topic on 3 of our favorite characters in all of media. So I think I should start with my third choice. My third favorite character in fiction is Hollis Mason from Watchmen.
Mm.
And the reason why I like Hollis Mason is because he's just one of those great older characters that he was a hero in his heyday, and now he's just basking in the glory that was his past, and he was honored for it. And he also had one of the saddest deaths in comic book history, when people decided to beat him to death because of the name of the character of the hero he was before.
Mm.
And also, he's just such a likable character. I like him more than Dan Dreiberg. And Hollis trained Dan and actually gave him the mantle of Night Owl. I don't know, just every time I read Watchmen, I always root for. I always enjoy reading Hollis Mason and just hearing what he has to say.
Yeah.
That's why he's one of my favorite characters.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I like Night Owl 2 better than Hollis. But I understand your pick. He is pretty cool. Have you reading before Watchmen?
Yeah. I actually like I like Hollis a little bit better because of Before Watchmen Minutemen.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so my third favorite fictional character is Indiana Jones.
Ooh, nice one.
Yes.
Very nice.
He is adventurous, and he is a bit of an anti-hero because he fights dirty. He punch you, like he could kill you, like the sword fight in Raiders. If you remember, this guy with this big sword is ready to have a sword fight with Indiana Jones, and he just pulls out his gun and shoot at him and just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he is adventurous, and he's so dedicated to get to get these items and to save the day. I enjoyed Harrison Ford's performance, and there's no other actor to play Indiana Jones, and he's such an educator. He is smart. Sometimes they just want to make him out of this meathead. I mean, yeah, he's strong. He could knock you out with one punch, and he does fight dirty. And he does kill, but at the end of the day, he's a big hero. And I enjoy all the 4 movies. Yes, all for the 4 movies. And I enjoy Harrison Ford's performance, and he's just a fantastic movie character.
All right.
Yeah.
Good pick, Ed.
Thank you.
That's a nice one.
All right. Now, my number 3 is, strangely, a female character from the Marvel Universe, and it is Kitty Pryde from the X-Men. She is kind of like the Spider-Man in a female version. I love her power phasing through walls. She's got this sassy kind of humor, and I don't know, she's just kind of heroic to me. She's one of my favorite females in the Marvel Universe, one of the ones I can attain to. I love her origin story a lot. So, and it's hard to say how much I love the character. I could go over and over around her, but she's probably one of my favorite Marvel characters, a female anyways, so that's my number.
That's a good choice when you're going from the Marvel side when it comes to female characters.
Thank you.
Alright, my second favorite character actually comes from the Assassin's Creed series. And my favorite character out of the principal assassins is Altair. And the reason I like Altair is because he's good at what he does. And he had to work his way back up to the level he was at. And I like it that his character is flawed, even though he can do so many amazing things. Yet his pride got him in the way of the mission, and he had to gain the trust of his fellow brothers in Creed, and also had to regain all of his weapons. And it's always fun to always obtain a new weapon every time you do a mission in the first Assassin's Creed game. And plus, I just love it when I'm playing as Altair, and I fight people on the rooftops, and I just throw them on the ground, just assassinate them, and it does all the parkour stuff that I really like. And Altair just has a nice aesthetic. The look of his assassin's robes is just so simplistic in its design that it works and it functions well for his character. Where it's just I like his personality. He's straightforward. He doesn't deal with bullshit. He just fights on and just serves the Grand Master. And I know people don't like Altair all that much, but I do.
He's a good character. Altair does get a lot of crap talked on him because he only had, if you consider Revelations a second game with him, he only gets 2 games, and then the other people say Ezio's got like what 2 or 3 out of him, and they.
Yeah.
But yeah, Altair is a good character, and he's the one that started the Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, that's partly the reason why. That's kind of partly the reason why I like him so much. He's the first character in the Assassin's Creed series that I kind of enjoyed more, because I like him more than Ezio. But he and Connor are kind of tied at the moment, but I kind of pull into Altair a little. I like Altair a little bit more than Connor because he's more, out of the two, he's more experienced. And experience when it comes to being an assassin is a good thing.
Hmm.
Definitely.
Have you got 3 yet?
No, you have to be at your second. I already said my second.
No,
character.
the game. We got.
No, I haven't gotten 3 yet, and it's killing me that I don't have it yet.
Okay. Well, my second favorite official character, is the Doctor from Doctor Who.
Ooh, that is a nice choice.
Yeah, it's a nice choice. Doctor Who is my favorite show of all time, and what's so great about this character is he could go through so many changes, and he's still the same guy, but the personality changes, and his mind changes, and his wardrobe, everything changes, but he's still that same guy. Like 11 actors play the Doctor, and you recognize him, even though his face has changed, his tires have changed. And what I like about this guy is like I said about Indiana Jones, he's pretty much an anti-hero. He fights dirty. The Doctor uses his brain. I mean, he hardly kills when necessary. He kills, but when it's absolutely necessary, it was like a last resort. His only weapon of choice is the sonic screwdriver, and I just love that he just uses his brain, and then he could be intimidating. Like he could go dark and just say, "I could just bring this whole place down without even lifting a finger." Like he could, and I think my favorite has and the thing about the Doctor is a quote from Christopher Eccleston, who played the Ninth Doctor. And he said, the Doctor has 2 hearts. Does that mean he cares extra more? And that's great. It's like he cares so much about Earth. That's not his planet. And I like the change. I like when the show was revamped, and that he's the last of his kind. That his planet is gone. His race is gone. The Time Lords, and he's the last. And you see how that affects him. That he's like, it's kind of sad if you watch like the old Doctor Who episodes, and you see like he's with the Time Lords, you feel sad. It's like they'll be gone in a couple of years, and he's gonna be lonely. He's gonna be all alone and pretty saddened. And gets to this dark place, but at the end of the day, I like his whimsicalness and his enthusiasm and his childlike persona, and I mean, it's great about him is, the Time Lords are pretty much standing and let time happens. He thought, no, let's just roam time. Let's just travel to time and space rather than just sit and just stare at it. And I enjoy the Doctor so much. He's like a fantastic character, and I love all the actors who play them. And that's what's great about the show. It's like an actor could just leave, and another one can replace it. It can be even better. It's kind of like Hamlet or James Bond in a way. So yeah, I love the Doctor. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And who's your favorite classic Doctor, and who's your favorite newest Doctor, like the newest incarnation of the series?
My favorite classic is the Fourth Doctor, played by Tom Baker.
Right.
And
Awesome.
of course, it's a gimme. It's like, yeah, that's everybody's favorite classic Doctor, but he was so great as in that role. And my favorite is the current one. It's 11th Doctor by Matt Smith.
Ooh,
Matt
I
Smith
actually
is
like Matt Smith as the
yeah
Doctor
yeah
myself.
yeah. I always loved David Tennant. David Tennant was my first Doctor. Watching his episode what got me into being the Who I am now. But I look at Matt Smith and I was like, this guy is amazing. He's pretty much the best Doctor, best actor to play the role ever in the history of the show. And I still love David Tennant, but Matt Smith is still to me the best right
All
now.
right. Excellent, Ed. What
Yeah.
about you, Kyle?
Good pick, Ed. My second favorite, and I'm sorry, I just couldn't say my top three would be. I couldn't. No, I'm just gonna say it before I say my second. It could not be video games or TV or movies. It's gonna be in comic book form, and it's Marvel. So I'll probably get hate for just Marvel, but I'm ready for it. But my
It's okay,
second,
Kyle.
No.
my
Dan
second
Farmer's gonna
is.
love you.
My second favorite is Spider-Man. Oddly enough, I
Yeah.
I grew up with Spider-Man. He's a character that I could always get because I was the nerdy kid. I was the kid that got picked on, and I'm sorry, his Uncle Ben's quote, "With great power comes great responsibility," really kept me inside the comics of him. And he's the first comic book I read. Spider-Man, and how he chooses, after just having this horrible life and having all these people pick on him, and he gets this extraordinary power. He uses it for good instead of just going after people and being kind of like how you would see Venom or Carnage, what they do, or Green Goblin does. He does the opposite. He protects people, and that's why I still think of Spider-Man as probably the face of Marvel, even though now they've made him in comics to be like a gritty motherfucker. I just don't care for that. So, yeah, that's my second pick, and
That's a good pick, Kyle.
thank you.
I think we all can relate to Peter Parker as a character
Hmm.
because we see ourselves in Peter Parker. We see so much of ourselves in that character, and that's a good pick for the.
All right, Tony, what's your number one favorite character?
Anyway, with what I was saying about Tyler, my number one, it's a tie between Tyler Durden and it's Tyler Durden from Fight Club, both the book and the movie, and Orphan from Beast of Burden. Yes, I picked a cat as one of my favorite characters in all of fiction, in all of media. But I'll start with Tyler Durden. Tyler Durden is a character that's very cerebral, gets in your head. He's the person you want to be, but you don't. He's the kind of person you want to be in your head. Like go and be. You want to be a fighter and you fight underneath a bar just for the hell of it because you want to, and then he becomes a revolutionary, trying to blow everything up. It's just you don't know that he's just a manifestation of the narrator until the very end, which I think is very, very fascinating. He's just even though he's a manifestation of someone's deepest desires, he still can be an intimidating figure in media. And Brad Pitt's performance of Tyler Durden is just amazing. Every time I watch that movie, it's like I'm so mesmerized by that performance. And then when it comes to Orphan, even though he's a cat, I just love that character because he is such a ladies' man, even though he's a cat. Like, he's just a little cat. He's an orange cat, yet he's the biggest ladies' man ever. And plus, he had one moment of badassery when the dogs in Beast of Burden were fighting a giant frog that talked to them that said he was going to eat everybody, and this frog already ate one of Orphan's friends, like a lady friend of his that I think it was a lady friend, and this cat's name was Fluffy. And then while the dogs were attacking the frog's tongue, Orphan just climbs up the thing and says, "This is for Fluffy," and it smacks the frog right in the eye and it explodes. Eye goo goes everywhere, and I'm thinking, this cat is badass. I love this cat. I wish I could keep this cat. wish this cat was real. I just love these two characters equally, and I cannot put one over the other. So that's my number one. It's a tie between Orphan the Cat from Beast of Burden and Tyler Durden from Fight Club, both the book and the movie.
Cool.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, no, that's my reason behind it.
Alright, so, who's next? Because someone skipped me.
That was yours.
Oh,
You're next, Ed.
Alright. So, my favorite character of all time is Superman. Yes, he has the superpowers. Yes, he can be a Boy Scout, but he's so much more with that. And I'm gonna make this short because I don't think there's nothing else to say about Superman that people already did. So I like Superman because he represents what we want to be, and when we use the powers, how to use it. Yeah, he's a bit like Spider-Man in a sense that he has his power and uses it for great responsibility. I love his caringness. I love how he inspires people and how people looks up to him, and he doesn't look down on people. He has godlike power, and he doesn't look down on people. And that's drive villains like Lex Luthor insane. I I just really love Superman, and he's pretty much one of my favorite characters. He's part of my life, really, because I grew up watching Superman and reading the comics, and everything he do, I just on him, and yeah. There's nothing else to say about Superman that hasn't already been said. Yeah.
There's nothing more to say about Superman.
Yeah.
I agree that Superman is a great character.
Yeah.
And I'm kicking myself that I didn't add him onto this short list.
Well, you just
I think are great too.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Kyle.
Kyle. Oh dear God, no.
Alright.
Oh hey.
Alright, here. Hello.
Hi. Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Computer problem. Alright. Well, great picks all around for you guys. My final one, and like I said, and if you know a little bit about me, you know who it's gonna be. Is probably one of the most drafted and miswritten characters ever since Stan Lee in the 90s. Well, not Stan Lee in the 90s, and it is Cyclops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Cyclops. He is probably one of the most, like I said, the most miswritten characters nowadays, especially in AVX. Don't even get me started on that. I know people hate him for killing his mentor, but and I understand what happened and all that. But anyways, Cyclops, you really feel bad for the guy. And this is one of the reasons I love this character, because he keeps fighting after it. He hasn't been able to look a guy in the eye since he was 15 without blasting them with his optic lasers. And, you can feel bad for him. He just has to have those shades on all the time. And really, his brother's been missing, and he just has this checkered past that you just want him to succeed and be good. And, especially now, I just don't like in comics where Wolverine gets to be leader of the X-Men. And he gets shafted a lot. Cyclops, I feel, in the movies, comics, and a lot of stuff now, which I don't know why that is. I can't understand the reason why, but he's probably one of those characters I wish I could be, because he's a leader. Even in the worst of times, he always knows when to get you pumped up and ready to go, because for Christ's sake, Wolverine is not the leader of the X-Men. He's the guy that you just has a horrible past, like Wolverine does, in my opinion. He's not a leader. Cyclops has always been that Boy Scout. He's always been Xavier's teacher's pet, if you want to say, that knows the ways of what humanity needs for the mutants and all that. He's basically, if Xavier died, what the mutants need in a non-violent way. But yeah, that's my top pick.
Yeah.
So, guys.
Yeah.
And this has been a good and very enlightening list on some of our favorite characters in all of fiction. Anyway, everybody, this has been Serpentine51 with some of my good friends from the YouTube stream, Kyle and Ed. And I enjoyed this. Making this vid, guys. The list. This was fun.
It was.
Yeah. Kind of like a spur of a moment thing, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, some great videos are made at the spur of them, at great moments that you don't expect. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So, thanks. Bye.
All right. Bye.